Welcome back to the Mega Meeple, the show all about gamers and the games that bring them together. I'm your host, Tom, and I want to thank you for hitting that download button. If you like what you hear, please be sure to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. And while you're there, leave us some kind words and put out some of that 5-star lovin'. And I'll give you a shout out at the next episode. And tell all your friends in your gaming groups about the Mega Meeple. I'd really appreciate it. Get the word out. I'm only one man. I could only do so much. Be sure to connect with me via the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, etc., 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. You know the ones. And all the links to our social media pages are on the website, www.themegameeple.com. Check out our YouTube channel, where we do some unboxing videos and reviews of games and accessories, as well as some Kickstarter previews. And the link to that is also on our social media page on the website. All right, enough of the intro. Grab a seat at the gaming table, serve up some chips and dip, grab a Mountain Dew, and let's get on with the show. Welcome to the Mega Meeple. Well, slightly, just a tad bit longer episode this time. Last week was just more of way of just some administrative stuff to announcements to let you know what is going on and some plans going on with the podcast that I will touch upon on this episode, give you some further developments in those. But let's see, what have I been playing this past week? Well, I actually cleared off my game of Elder Sign, and I broke that out and started playing that. Basically, decided to start playing it when I looked at my 10x10 challenge, and realized that I need to get my ass in gear, and if I'm going to achieve the 10x10 challenge by the end of the year, because I'm only like maybe 52% through, and it's already getting into October. Now, I mean, for a good 2 months, I mean, there was a good excuse because, I was in a process of moving and then just having things not readily available to break out onto the table. And so I thought, well, it's been a while since I played Elder Sign, so it's about time that I showed it some love and got it onto the table. Got some new videos on our YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out the Mega Meeple YouTube channel, please go there. There are links in the social media page on our website. And we have an unboxing video of the Chip Theory Games Too Many Bones version 2 upgrade pack. I talked about that in a previous episode. But this unboxing video, I will show you precisely what is included with that version 2. So if you have the first printing of the game, basically there are some upgrades, there are some changes, there are some improvements in the game to the second printing. So you don't need to order a whole new printing, you just need to order the upgrade pack, and it has all the things that it has an upgraded rule book, it has new and improved reference sheets for all the gear locks. It has some improvements and clarifications in some of the encounter cards. It adds a few more of the loots and trove loots. It also includes some stickers that you would use to replace the stickers on the chips for some of the baddies. So once you get all that stuff applied and inserted into your first printing of the game, you are now up to date with the second printing as far as the most up-to-date and recent components, stats, and upgrades that are available. So you can go to our YouTube channel and check that out. And speaking of Chip Theory Games, their new expansion is good for Too Many Bones is going to be coming out on October 17th on Kickstarter, called Undertow. I'll leave the link for the description and details of that in the show notes of this episode. I'm excited, and I'm sure close to 1,500 people are really excited because this past week, the Kickstarter for the Table of Ultimate Gaming has concluded, and obviously they funded. I mean, hell, they funded within 3 minutes that the Kickstarter went live. It is done. It is a done deal. Kickstarter has collected the money, or in the process of it, for those who need to, update their credit card information or bank information and so forth. But hopefully, we will have our new gaming table by January of 2018. I am backer number 45, and they said that they're going to make the tables first come, first serve. I'm glad that I am in the closer to the front end of the production line, and no doubt we will have a video on our YouTube channel. I will post a video there on showing how easy it is to put the table together, and of course there will be the table will now be the centerpiece of all the videos that we put up as far as game reviews, Kickstarter previews, and I'm hoping to, once we get the game table, to be able to film some Let's Play videos. So if you have any ideas of what game you would like to see played on our table, and more importantly, which game should be the very first game that we play on our new gaming table. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, comments, please let us know, because I am looking. I can think of a lot of games that should be the first one to play on our Virgin table. But what do you think? Let us know. Contact us through any of our social media outlets. The links are shown on our website. Just go to there and let us know what should be the first game that we play on our new gaming table once we get it. Also, I recently received a deluxe dice bag from the guys and gals of D20 Collective, and I do a review of that product on our YouTube channel. And of course, I'll put the link in the show notes of this episode. But go check it out. It's pretty neat. It's a massive bag. Unlike some of the velvet and cloth dice bags that you get, it's not going to start ripping apart at the seam after a few weeks of tumbling around in your backpack. I mean, I had this deluxe dice bag in my backpack, and I could tell just to the feel of it and the heft of it, you could tell that this thing is going to last a lifetime, and it's not going to rip, it's not going to split. The seams on the bag are not going to wear down. So if you want to see a review of the deluxe dice bag of the D20 Collective people, you can go to our YouTube channel and check that out. Working on getting a few interviews scheduled here by some industry people and publishers and vendors. So that is upcoming in some future episodes. Next episode is a real exciting thing. We are going to have a co-host. Yes. So you don't have to listen to my monotone voice drone on and on and on. We'll have a new voice coming on the show that we could listen to, and we could banter back and forth. This person brings just a wealth of experience and knowledge and opinion about the world of board games. So the first episode that we're going to have him on of us talking will be over the phone, because he's in a process of moving. Oh God, I don't envy him. I'm just now to the point where I'm actually able to see the carpet in my bedroom. But unlike me, where I was just moving stuff from an apartment, he's moving an entire house. So he has his hands full. So the first episode or two will be us talking over the phone, and I'll do what I can with the audio to make that as as enjoyable to listen to as possible. But as he gets settled in and the dust settles, we will have him in person in the studio, and we'll see how that goes. And I think you'll enjoy it. And he will be our co-host for the Mega Meeple, really for as long as he feels like doing it. Really, and then if he ever decides he gets sick and tired of doing it, we'll open the floor for someone else to come on as a co-host. I had a general idea of what I wanted to do when I started this podcast. Was always looking and open to having a format change or improve, or like I say, evolve over time until we really find our stride. So I appreciate all the people who have been listening. I see the download numbers, and every month download numbers are beating the previous month. So I appreciate it very much for your support. Now, for those of you who like Stop Thief, and you've heard me talk a lot about it on the previous shows, Restoration Games have made their first update and improvement on the app. Originally, you were only able to play the most recent clue. They have now added the ability to listen to all of the previous clues. You do not have to go necessarily into the retro version of the app. If you press on replay a clue, you'll see however many clues you have done, you'll see a set of footprints kind of across the screen. And the red dot is the most recent clue. And if you want to backtrack to the previous clues that you've done from the very beginning, you just tap on the set of footprints and it plays those previous clues. And you could go back as far as you want. They also included landscape mode. And then for those of you who like to play in the retro mode, they made some corrections and improvements to that mode as well. Still no one versus many, still no solo mode, but those are coming. So it's good to see that Restoration Games is still, even though the game is out, that Restoration Games is still on the job as far as updating and improving the app. If it's been about a week or so since you played Stop Thief, pull it out again and start that app, and you'll see some cool improvements and additions to it as you play. Well, we have a shout out this week. That's right, we got a shout out to Matthew, who donated to our Patreon page, a monthly donation. So thank you very much, Matt. So if you want to help support the YouTube channel and the videos that we put out, go to our Patreon page. If you want to support the podcast, you can go to our Pod Pledge page. And of course, the links to that are found at the social media page on our website. So thank you so much, Matt. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening. Now, if you have any ideas or suggestions of what you want to hear about, or maybe a topic of discussion about board games, or if you yourself as a game creator and you have a Kickstarter and want to be a guest on the Mega Meeple to talk about your game, you can contact me through the website at themegameeple.com and go to the Contact Us page. Also, if you'd like to support the show with a small donation, you can go to the Patreon page and donate $1 a month or so. It will really help out with the hosting costs and such. So thanks again for listening, and tell all your friends and share with your friends this episode if you think they'll like it. And until next week, this is Tom saying, game on.